Hey, thanks for tuning in today. I went on this gorgeous walk. It was beautiful, like blue skies. At the same time, I'm listening to the Diary of a CEO latest podcast, and it's actually quite doomsday, very negative about the future, what we're in for, the fact that we've already started World War III, all this sort of stuff. So it was a nice bit of contrast. But it really got me thinking around, what do I personally think about AI and its impact? And a lot of people are taking guesses. No one knows. Like, no one actually knows. And there's obviously people that are very positive and optimistic about it. Others who are, it's doomsday, it's the end of the world, it's the end of society as we know it. Then there are also balanced ideas. And I think what I want to share with you is something I read on LinkedIn from Greg Isenberg. I really enjoy following his work. I think he's very pragmatic. And I think what he shares in this, and I will add a bit of commentary over the top, but I wanted to read out his prediction on the impact of AI. We're thinking about the future and everything else. I think for the next, I would say for the next 12 months, I think society is going to, again, I think it's going to stay as it is. At the moment, what we're using AI for is not to radically rethink. All I'm seeing is it being used at the moment for improving efficiencies and getting things done faster or more effectively, but it's essentially the same thing. I'm not seeing incremental 100x changes just yet. And I think it's going to remain the same for the next 12 months. I think after that, there might be a bit of a shift. Anyway, here's what Greg wrote on LinkedIn. He wrote, "Is this the biggest lie on the internet? AI won't take your job. Someone who knows AI will. The real truth is messier. Here's how I think it actually plays out. Millions of white-collar jobs disappear once the productivity gains of AI present itself over the next few years." Yes, I agree with this. And so it's my commentary now. Anything that is repetitive or can be intuited, I think is out. And even something like leading change, you can create a process around it, which can then, and anything you can create a process on that can be replicated, the whole point of that is it can. I definitely think this is a real fear, and it should be something we're all aware of about the white collar jobs disappearing. I also have said to friends, it's the best time to become an electrician or become any type of tradie, because I think the next 10 to 15 years, you'll be okay and you'll be in demand. So anyway, let's go back to the article. He writes, "The layoffs happen in waves. Coordinators, junior analysts, customer service reps, anyone whose job can be done with a good prompt, agent swarm, automation gets cut. This is mostly individual contributors who get hurt. Managers are more likely to remain because they are managing the output. But the top 1% of employees who master AI have tons of leverage with their employer. So they get paid 2 times while creating 10 times the output. Both employer and employee feel like it's a good deal. Realistically, it's a better deal for the employer. Thousands of smart people suddenly have severance checks, free time, and a chip on their shoulder. They start playing with Cursor, Claude, and Bolt. They realize building a business now costs less than a decent laptop used to." And in this podcast, Leanne coming back in, earlier this week, I actually shared an audio walkthrough of using Gemini, Google Gemini AI Studio to build something, and how easy that was. It's an 8-minute episode, and I got to build a software tool, right? Back to Greg. "The number of founders is about to 10x plus. Many build tiny apps that solve one specific problem. Most stay small but profitable and do not raise money. This is the mum and pop era of internet software. Small software becomes a thing. But not all want to create SaaS or apps. That's hard, and for tech people in their mind, that's hard. So some buy boring businesses from retiring boomers that appeals to them. It goes hit or miss. Some become creators. They go full-on influencer, do reviews, create internet communities, get into the newsletter game. Meanwhile, big companies get lean and mean, hiring only when humans add something bots can't." Leanne jumping in now. "This is already happening. I'm hearing of organizations that if someone leaves the organization, they say, we're not going to recruit unless you can prove to us that AI can do the job." This is already happening. What that means for me as a consultant, a lot of the organizations I work with, I help them with their interpersonal challenges, bringing teams on board and things like that. So you think, well, if a human is managing an AI bot, where's the relevance for the work that I do? And I have to rethink about how to be of service. Anyway, so the example is that Shopify basically have said you need a real reason to hire a human or else it's AI. Okay, back to Greg. "New jobs do emerge: prompt engineers, AI workflow designers, chief agent officer. This new class creates thousands of jobs. I'll admit to that. What we end up with looks like a beehive, a few giant companies running efficiently, surrounded by thousands of tiny, profitable one-person businesses. This transition could get really ugly. Millions of people out of work, competing for fewer traditional jobs while trying to figure out entrepreneurship for the first time. Lots of failed startups, burned savings, and genuine hardship. We honestly don't know how fast this happens or how society adapts." Yeah, I'm really curious around how society adapts, actually, because this is not only disrupting careers and the workforce, but education. all education is teaching you stuff that is, it's really a comprehension test of recall. And a lot of the things you're learning in education, you can repeat, and there's no need for a human to do anymore because technology can do that for you. What we're missing from education, this is where education needs to shift, is to really think about those skills like creativity, resilience, life skills, innovation. These are the skills, like how to adopt this technology, how to use it, how to create your one-person business. I would love to see schools adapt to that and serving the new wave of employee, and to serve this market and to meet the demands of what we're seeing right now. And also trade schools step up. Okay, back to the article. But yes, AI will delete millions of jobs. Yes, power users of AI will dominate. And yes, we're about to see the biggest explosion of entrepreneurs in history. And yes, the next decade is going to create more millionaires than the last 50 combined. This is how I think it probably plays out. I've shared my commentary on that. Let me know what you think. I always say, like, we're living in exciting times. It is exciting. It's also very daunting, but I think we're getting all the information. It's deciding, what do we do with that? Like, how do we use that? And if it is becoming great at using these AI tools, then yeah, that's why I love experimenting with the tools. Then yeah, I'm going to keep experimenting and see where the opportunities lie as well. Thanks for listening, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.